There's a silent illusion that dominates most people's minds. The idea that talent, honesty, and hard work are enough to open the doors to power. But if that were true, why do so many brilliant people remain invisible? Why do mediocre, but strategically positioned, individuals rise with a speed that defies all logic? The answer is uncomfortable. The world of power doesn't work like a circle of friends. It works like a system of utility. While most people seek admiration, acceptance, or recognition, truly influential people seek something much colder: advantage. They don't silently ask, "Is this person good?" They ask something very different. Does this person increase or decrease my power? That's the fundamental difference between those who constantly ask for opportunities and those who become indispensable. Centuries ago, Machiavelli observed this pattern with almost brutal clarity. He realized that rulers rarely rewarded pure virtue. They rewarded strategic utility. The favor of a prince, Machiavelli said, is not won through kindness. It is won through relevance. And that's exactly what we're going to explore here. In this video, you will understand the 13 silent laws that govern social ascension. Laws that are rarely taught, but that silently shape who enters and who is excluded from the circles of power. If you learn to apply them, something curious happens. You stop chasing influence and begin to become someone that power seeks. The first mistake that destroys the ascension of most people happens even before the first conversation. It lies in the way they approach power. Most arrive as a beggar, not necessarily asking for money or direct favors, but asking for attention, asking for approval, asking for a chance. They talk about their dreams, their needs, their ambitions, but they forget a fundamental question: what does this powerful person gain from me? Influential people live surrounded by takers, sycophants, social parasites. They have developed an extremely refined instinct to identify who is there to take something and who is there to enhance their system. That's why the first law of social ascension is brutally simple. Never approach someone powerful as a request. Approach them as a response. When you arrive offering a solution, a strategic perspective, or a small, invisible advantage, the dynamic changes immediately. You cease to be just another one in line, and you become a useful piece on the board. And in the world of power, useful pieces are rarely discarded. But to become useful, first you need to understand the game. And that requires something almost no one has the patience to do: observe. This is the second law. Observe before acting. Most people speak too soon. They try to impress too quickly. They show their cards too soon. But power always reveals its true intentions in small details. Who does the person listen to attentively? Whom does he ignore? What irritates him? What sparks real enthusiasm? Every leader has hidden desires that are rarely declared. Some desire control. Others desire recognition. Others simply want to reduce the chaos around them. If you observe enough, you begin to perceive invisible patterns. And when you understand these patterns, you know exactly what value to deliver. The third law naturally follows from this. Mirror their world. Powerful people trust those who seem to understand their internal logic. If you enter the world of a pragmatic leader talking about emotion, you seem naive. If you enter the world of a strategist talking only about effort, you seem superficial. Great social climbers do something far more sophisticated. They learn to speak the psychological language of the environment, not as imitation, but as adaptation. Machiavelli described this with absolute coldness. He said that often the intelligent man needs to be a great simulator, not to deceive, but to survive in complex systems of power. After understanding the environment, a paradoxical rule emerges. The fourth law: never fully reveal your worth. The moment someone understands exactly everything you offer, you become replaceable. Mystery creates value. Ambiguity creates curiosity. When someone powerful senses there is more depth to you than appears, they keep watching. and that curiosity keeps you present in their mind. In the world of influence, being intriguing is worth more than being completely understood. The fifth law demands a rare psychological balance: appear calm in ambition, but fierce in execution. Too much visible ambition scares away power. It reminds leaders of competitors, but quiet efficiency impresses deeply. E. When an opportunity arises, solve the problem with almost brutal precision. No drama, no need for recognition. This combination of outward calm and inner effectiveness is one of the strongest signs of true competence. The sixth law exploits a deep human instinct. Make powerful people compete for your loyalty. If your loyalty seems guaranteed, your value falls. But when your presence is sought after, your value rises. You don't need to announce it. It's enough that other leaders, projects, or circles also value your presence. Suddenly, you cease to be a follower and become an asset. And strategic assets are protected. The seventh law transforms something common into a sophisticated tool. Strategic flattery. Generic praise is ignored, but specific praise reveals intelligence. When you recognize a strategic decision, perfect timing, or a rare skill, you reinforce the identity that person wishes to maintain. And people always value those who confirm their self-image. The eighth law protects you from a fatal mistake. Never overshadow the ego of power, even if you are smarter, even if you see better solutions. If the leader feels you threaten their superiority, they will push you away, not logically, but instinctively. Therefore, your contributions should always seem like extensions of their vision, never replacements. The ninth law reveals where true power often lies. Build lateral alliances. Assistants, advisors, counselors, gatekeepers. These people shape access to power and often silently decide who rises or falls. Gaining their respect creates an invisible network of protection. The 10th law transforms gratitude into strategy. Never respond to favors as a servant. Respond as a partner. The best way to show gratitude for power is by creating value in return. When you reciprocate usefulness, you transform debt into partnership. The 11th law maintains your credibility. Subtle rebellion. Absolute submission breeds contempt. Intelligent disagreement breeds respect. When you occasionally question, logically and elegantly, you demonstrate intellectual independence, and powerful people respect those with backbone. The 12th law is about perception. Control your exposure. Constant presence breeds banality. Strategic absence breeds prestige. After a success, withdraw. Let others talk about you. When you reappear, your impact is greater. And finally, we arrive at the 13th law, the law that binds all others. Move like someone who already belongs. Power respects silent trust, not arrogance, but inner certainty. When you enter a room without seeking validation, people sense it, and often begin to believe it before even understanding why. And then we arrive at the final question. What is the price of mastering this game? Because in learning to manipulate perceptions, use mystery, control emotions, you run a subtle risk. The risk of forgetting who you really are. Machiavelli never promised moral purity. He promised lucidity. The real challenge is not just to climb, it's to climb without losing yourself. Because the ultimate goal is not just to gain influence. It's to build a position where your presence becomes inevitable, where you no longer need to ask for space, because the system has already reorganized itself around you. And when that happens, you realize something curious. You're no longer trying to enter the hierarchy. You've become part of it. Or perhaps something even rarer. You've become someone who creates hierarchies.